Hello and welcome to another video. Hopefully the background music is a bit quieter this time. Sorry about that in the last one. So yeah, today I'm going to be looking at the Aphex Twin track that no one really wants to listen to but ends up hearing it anyway. I don't know how we got onto this, but yeah, the beautiful, melodic, musical, exceptionally talented, incredible ode to asthma that is Ventolin. So before I start, a massive thank you to Erica Synths for the loan of the Syntrx II you see behind me. That kind of makes the track possible, I think. Comment below if you disagree, etc, etc, etc. This video is split up into 4 parts. We've got my wonderful introduction, which I know you're all enjoying massively. We've got another bit which is my thought processes and sort of some of the stuff about the synths involved. Then we've got assembling the track, and then we've got the track itself. Now, I know a lot of you watch these just to go, just get on with the track, get on with the track, get on with the track. Okay, the chapter's below if you want to skip forward. However, if you're a massive synth nerd and you want to see what it's like running audio into modular synths and a few demos and things like that of the Syntrx, then stick around, and I'll see you shortly. Bye. So I had no intention of making a Ventolin video. It's not like crystal or anything else like that, but here we are. And yeah, the main driver for this video was actually this photo. I don't know when it was taken, but was intrigued by the EMS Synthi that sits on the side of the stage here. So synths, if you don't know, they're particularly rare and unique. It's a British synth, which means it was generally assembled by some people in white coats in a shed somewhere. And you can kind of use it to make weird and strange noises. Brian Eno had one, Chemical Brothers, Jean-Michel Jarre, etc, etc, etc. So why Richard? Why exactly? The rest of this photo makes sense. We've got some Korg monosynths. We've got, I'm assuming, a 303. We've got the MPCs. So what exactly is the Synthi doing? The keyboard attachment isn't there, so my guess is that Richard was using it for effects and signal processing. But how exactly do we prove that? So yeah, being a massive gear nerd, obviously EMS synths are kind of rare and difficult to get hold of now. So I figured the closest modern equivalent today is actually the Erica Synths Syntrx II, which you can see behind me, and again a massive thank you for the loan of this. I know it's not exactly an EMS Synthi, and I'm sure some of you out there will go, oh, but it's not got the right EQ settings, etc. I don't particularly care, as it's got the sort of spirit, the DNA, the character, and that's kind of what I'm going for here. And I've had an awful lot of fun playing about with this synth, so it only felt right to document some of that fun, if not for your enjoyment, then certainly for mine. So if you want to watch some of that stuff, there will be some demos shortly, and I will see you after that. And after all that amazing sonic excursion, where does this tie in with Ventolin exactly, I hear you crying? Well, let's find out, shall we? So first up, I'm going to do the other stuff. We need some sine waves. We need a sampled piano. And we need another monosynth, not an MS-20 because I haven't got one. And then we can play the main loop and trigger the piano samples. So for the drums, I'm going to use the R8. And we're going to run them into the Syntrx's input 2. This allows us to drive the signal really hard. I can then run that signal into the scope, which normals it to input 1, meaning I can use the envelope follower. Then we map the envelope follower to oscillator 1's pitch. So now we've got two signals internally. We've got the distorted drums and a sine wave. Now we can run both of those through the ring modulator. Finally, we add a self-oscillating filter to that ring modulator, which gives it that clanging sound. And then we patch the self-oscillating filter to the main output as well, which means we get... If you've made it this far, congratulations. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I'll be back again with another video at some point soon, but in the meantime, do comment, like, subscribe, etc., and I'll leave you with Ventolin.